Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of the Real Life Riddells. Today it is Sunday, what is it, November 24th?
It is, yes, it is Sunday, November 24th.
And so...
And it is 12:33.
I don't even know what time it is. Anyway, so we are starting a new massive project here. We are right now inside of a horse barn. So, what we're going to be doing is converting half of this horse barn into offices and bathrooms. And then later on, we'll come back and we'll convert the other side into offices, but we're not there yet. So anyway, we'll show you around so you can see what to expect in the weeks to come. Nothing.
Let's do this.
All right, so first things first, we have this, I don't know, storage closet space, whatever you want to call it. This right here is going to be converted into the men's bathroom. So as you can see, we've got to bust out some concrete. And this wall right here is going to be our wet wall. So we're going to do 2x6 framing on it, but we're going to frame the other side. So we've got quite a bit of concrete work we got to do, and some plumbing, drain line, that kind of stuff. That's gonna be our wet wall. So we're gonna bust out the concrete, headed towards the outside of the building. We're gonna go down about 2 feet, put our drain line in, and then we will put on the fittings for where the toilets are gonna go. There's gonna be a urinal in the men's bathroom. Women's bathroom is gonna be a little bit more spacious, just with the toilet and a sink. It's gonna be a whiskey barrel sink. It's gonna be really, really cool. And then we're going to put about a 4-foot storage closet over here. And then the rest of this horse stall is going to be the main office for this business. It's going to be really, really neat. So we're going to keep the look of this horse stall. We'll probably end up taking all of this planking, the boards off, so that we can insulate and run electrical through this wall. We're going to be putting windows in where these metal panels are, and we're going to be taking all of this wood all the way to the ceiling, all the way across the ceiling, and this whole wall right here is going to go straight up about 15 feet. And so everything's going to have to be insulated so that this is a conditioned space separate from that. We're not closing off the ends of the horse barn. That's still going to be a pass-through, a breezeway, because they've got a lot of trailers and equipment that they bring through here, and from time to time they'll need to work on them and store them, so this is going to be where that'll take place. But it allows them to still use this as an office. Now the cool thing is all of these iron bars we're leaving. So we're going to put windows, basically picture windows, inside this wall, because again, this will be a framed out wall. It'll still look like this because we'll put insulation and all of the utilities inside this wall. And then we'll double this planking on this side just to keep the theme, because you got these really awesome boards that the horses have chewed all on, and it's just got so much character and history to it. It means a lot to the owners. So we've got a lot of work to do. Hi. Yeah. Whew. Whew. Ow. Ow. Whew. Ouch. All right, fun times. Oh, I always feel stopped up when I wear that mask. Okay, so all the way down to dirt. I've busted up all of that. I've just got to use the rotary hammer to do some fine chiseling, break it all out. I think I'm done with the jackhammer. So this is what will be the men's restroom, and that's the toilet. There'll be a urinal in the middle and then a whiskey barrel sink over here. So I busted all the way through the dirt here. I just got to dig it out. Not bad, considering it's not even noon yet, and it's the first day of demo. You gotta use both hands, baby.
Is it supposed to go just straight?
You're just gonna bust up different areas of the concrete, so don't let it go all the way down the ground like it did.
Go down!
Okay, now pick it up. You got it. Just go straight up. All right, so that is our trench for our drain line. Now I have one last thing to do, which is right here. At the bottom, I've got to dig under. That, could not have done that without my daughter helping me. She loves to dig. That was so awesome. So, whew, still hard work. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am very tired. All right, it's kind of hard to see, but hold on a second. Finally got that dug all the way through. There's still a little bit of remesh, which is I've got a piece. It's the smaller wire framing that a lot of people use. Apparently this older slab was poured with remesh, the newer slab was poured with rebar, and now having to bust concrete out, I can tell you I much prefer rebar. Remesh sucks. Started cutting all the nails off and stacking the boards, which this is eventually gonna go straight up 15 feet. Whew, it's a beautiful day. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So right now, as far as the bust out, and that's where that drain line is gonna come out. And then what we're gonna do is right now, we're just gonna cap that off. And then eventually he's going to trench all the way out to that field over there and do a septic system over there. But he's handling all that because the pipe's gotta go under this access road right here, and it's gonna have to be put inside of a casing, all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, today is actually Black Friday, so I got myself a new toy. A couple actually, but. And earlier this week, we got all of that trenched out for our drain line. I've still got to dig the hole outside so that the pipe can exit the building. But we've got all of our drain lines, Schedule 40 pipe here. We've got the miter saw. We're going to cut it into different lengths. And I've got all my fittings for the drain line portion right here. So real quick, what we're going to do is start measuring, cutting, and just kind of piece it together. And we'll set everything here. And then I've got to run back to the hardware store to get our 15 bags of concrete so that later today we can start pouring the concrete, because once we get concrete on here and get it set and smooth, phase 2 is complete on this one. This is kind of a big chore, but a short phase, if you will. And the plan is for Monday us to get in here and start doing all of the framing for the walls. Still got to take all of those boards off, those boards, and these boards. And I got myself another new toy, a heavy duty pry bar to get that off. So.
about to pet the cow for the second time. Last
Well,
time
you
it
technically
didn't go so
didn't
well.
pet it the first time.
Last time it didn't go so well.
Well, these seem to be more interested in you.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure that isn't barbed wire?
Doesn't look like barbed wire. They look leery. Did you say leery?
I said they look weird. Oh my gosh.
Go up there. Keep going.
So I'm like, nope.
They're like, wait, he doesn't have food.
There's barbed wire right there. Watch your arm.
Yeah, they're not interested in you. Sorry. Fail number 2.
You've got to be freaking kidding me.
I cannot tell you how many years I had to use a wheelbarrow and a hoe and a water hose and a shovel and exhaust myself. Where are you going?
Hello.
Hello. And exhaust
Hello.
myself mixing concrete. Now all I have to do is throw a bag or two in this thing, throw some water in with it, and 4 minutes later, perfect concrete. So we poured the aggregate concrete, the high strength concrete yesterday.
And it's now solid as rock.
Yes, it is. So today we are using the self-leveling high strength concrete, which doesn't have all the rocks in it. You use more water for it, so it's more liquidy, and it's what we use to trowel out and make a smooth surface. So we're leaving the toilet to dig out spots where they are. We're not filling them in yet because we haven't completely decided which way we're going to have the toilets face. So we'll finish that after we put in the framed walls and get with the owner. So fun times.
Yeah!
It begins. The lumber has arrived. There you go. So, 12 footers over there, all of our plywood and OSB here, and all of our studs and our wet wall framing is here. Concrete is dry. Owner and I just had another meeting and we decided we're gonna make his office bigger by making that restroom smaller. So we are gonna turn the toilet to face the hallway here, and that way we can go with a 3-foot wide bathroom instead of a 5-foot wide bathroom. All right, so I'm gonna stop here for today for a couple of reasons. Number one, now that we've changed the design of this and the orientation of where the doors were, and now we're gonna close that wall off, it's not gonna have a door out in the hallway, it's just gonna be a door into this office. I've got to redesign this wall. And so I've already cut the bottom plate, the sill plate. But now I've got to rearrange where the jack studs, the king studs are for these door openings, because since this is going to be holding a loft above it, still has to be able to bear weight, which means I've got to have header beams up across the tops of these doorways. Even though it's going to be sliding barn doors, it still has to be cased like a traditional door opening. So I've got to have basically a pillar here, a pillar on that end, a framed wall in the middle, but the top has to carry that weight all the way across. So it's going to have a 12-foot top plate, and it's going to have those, probably going to end up being 36-inch headers on each end. Figuring a 32-inch doorway into these. Fun time. This is what happens when plans change in the middle, but it's all right, you roll with it. Oh my gosh. It is Tuesday morning, December 3rd, 7:45. I was doing so great this morning. I was ready to get out the door. I was in the truck, went and filled up with gas, got my bang, And then started to head out to the horse barn and realized I didn't have my phone. Oh well. So today is gonna be all about framing, and more framing. So here we go. So I just pulled into the driveway from Walmart and was greeted at the door by this. It's a bunny playing an ukulele. Hi. I have crazy kids in a messy house. All right. Wednesday morning, December 4th, it is 37 degrees outside. So we got all that done yesterday. Real quick, I'm gonna glue up these two headers, put them in place, and then we'll do all the joists and the decking for that loft up there. And then we're gonna start measuring out how this window is gonna fit, those two windows, and go to Lowe's and get prices for our windows. All right, it is 6:42 in the evening, obviously. Just got all those planks down. So tomorrow morning when I get here, I'll frame that wall. Around all of this, there's gonna be a 6-foot by 6-foot window in that whole space. It's gonna be massive. We just ordered it today. Went to Lowe's, ordered Reliabuilt windows, picture. They are ultra low E argon tempered glass picture windows, and they're aluminum so that it's bronze, because if you try to do the vinyl windows, number one, they only put the brown or bronze on one side of it, and it's white or tan on the inside, and the other thing is it doubles the price of the windows. So this 6x6 window is about $600. The windows that are gonna go right here and right here were about $300 each. So, you know, if you're pricing windows, it's pretty much what we expected it to be. I just guesstimated when I was talking to the owner, and then went and got it quoted today, and it was $302 for each of those, and it was $590 something for the big one. So I'm good. Anyway, so tomorrow is gonna be frame. We got the frame for the floor up there. Now what's weird about this is it's open on top because it needs to be, well, actually this doesn't have to be conditioned. I think we probably will, just for sound. but we still got to put in the bath fan and recessed lights inside the bathroom, and then we got to put a light inside the closet, and then the recessed lights out here on this ledge. So I'm not ready to close that up even if we don't insulate it. So, and then after we finish all this lower framing, probably either tomorrow afternoon or Friday is when we will start framing these upper walls to close this space in. So it is gonna be so stinking cool. I cannot wait to show you guys. So that's it for this day. Bye. Goodness. All right, so it is almost 2 o'clock. Finished all of the framing for the lower walls right around lunchtime. Submitted that invoice. The rest of the day, all I'm going to be doing is taking all of the reclaimed barn wood and basically cutting all the nails out of it. We don't want to hammer all the nails back through and pull them because we don't want to risk chipping and splintering and splitting the wood. It's fine for all those old nail heads to be in there. We'll just work around them because we're really, I mean, we may be cutting links, but it's not like we're going to be running anything through a table saw or anything like that. But it also gives it a little bit more character, having all those old rusty nail heads still in them. So anyway, so all I'm going to be doing is cutting the nails off the back sides of them, stacking all that wood. Later tonight I'll run to Lowe's and we're going to pick up a couple of sections of actual scaffolding. If you've seen all the videos, we've got that blue rolling scaffold, but that's only about 4 feet tall, and I'll use it as a work platform, but most of the time I use it just as a portable shelf just to keep tools and boxes and nails and screws and stuff on, just so it's right there, easy to get to, and I'm not having to bend over and pick things up off the ground all the time. I mean, I'm not old, but I still don't enjoy stretching all the way to the ground when I don't have to. So anyway, we're going to be stacking all of, there's a fly in here. I hate flies. Go away. So anyway, we'll be stacking all of that wood up. And then, like I said, once we get the scaffolding, tomorrow we will start framing the upper walls. And all of that reclaimed wood is going to go on the exterior of those 3 walls to kind of frame in everything. That way our spray foam insulation, when they come in, that contractor, he'll have something to spray on. The electrician should be here next week and we'll run all of the plumbing about the same time. That way everything's in the wall that needs to be in it. We'll go ahead and put strike plates on where all the pipes and wires are going through studs. And once we get that spray foam insulation, then we're going to use tongue and groove 1x6s, which we've got to order. And we'll probably place that order tomorrow once we get a final estimate on square footage, because things have changed. Originally we were going to use some of that reclaimed wood inside, but since we're going to be renovating the other side of the barn, we are trying to conserve that reclaimed wood so that all the breezeway walls look the same. So that means we've got to order more of the tongue and groove wood to make up for that. So anyway, it's coming together fast. The owner and I've had a lot of really great conversations about some cool ideas that he has had, and some cool ideas that I've had that I just asked him, hey, what do you think about this? The loft above the bathroom and that closet are going to be absolutely incredible. Can't wait to show that. So anyway, today's the rest of the day just going to be a whole lot of cleanup. stacking wood. So montage.